just gonna go live now. If we can
Let's
just,
go. Let's go.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We're here. We might as well do it, right? There's nothing
Yeah.
else to
I was
screen
trying to
share or
charge my
nothing.
phone for a
But
minute, but we're live and direct.
maybe we'll just chat. Maybe we'll just chat for 9 minutes, and then we'll go live because I just love
For
what
sure, bro.
I just love that green hat you got going on there.
Oh, look at this. Wait, I'm getting confused with my camera.
New York robbers, huh?
New
Robbery.
York robbery. That's what we just did. um, Let me turn around a little.
So we're gonna be going live here in a minute or two. Well, we are live, but we're gonna. He's out here dinking around. I just figured to put it right on, man. Just put it right on.
We're live.
Just keep the images rolling right now. Maybe we'll do a little bit formal here. Like I had a set time before, but man, this is pretty dope.
Just trying to turn it around, but for some reason, I
Yeah, I don't
can't.
I don't know if you can do that. Yeah, you're gonna have to like hold almost the phone the other way. That just looks cool. I mean, if you don't mind having your face out there right next to your art, man,
Oh
that
hell yeah,
looks
yeah,
cool
yeah,
as
yeah, yeah, yeah.
hell.
That's better. That's way better.
That's
Let's start it
perfect.
out. Let's start it out because it's a crazy world, bro. We did the metaverse is in real life now.
Yeah,
Real life.
we got it so crazy. We got another ape in the house with us.
That's
And we're having man, this is sweet. Let's see, we can go like this and like this. James, how we doing, man?
What's up? What's up, boys?
what's up,
Hey,
James.
Lord Masnah.
thanks
The
for popping in, James. I mean, it's kind of spurring on. James, just to tell you the truth, we're live right now. We decided to go live just because Mashna is he's always just in it. Just a work in action. So I just figured just to clip it on live because I mean, why not dismiss it? He was actually talking to some just people walking by, normal in the street, saying hi. A 50-year-old punk walking by, and that's what it's about, is getting that name and that community out there. And James, aren't you a native of the New York? Oh, they got a me bit up there. When did that get
bro,
up
this
there?
thing took so long. We're still halfway done. It's been like 5 days.
I didn't even see that. The video and the footage going on. So
No,
James, did you walk past this? Was that some of the footage that you took earlier? I saw
Yeah. I don't mind doxing myself. I'm kind of a unofficial mayor of Williamsburg. I've lived here for 15 years, so yeah, it's on my block. It's over, in between. There's a nice walk between like the James Z train up into like North Williamsburg, and I kind of just came around the corner, and I had seen some other people posting about it, and it just feels good, man. And Mashna, I wonder like how, like if people like me are walking by and I'm an ape holder, like how many other um, you know NFT natives are you running into, and what percentage do you think are also like new but maybe have seen it and are understanding the
So
cultural significance?
it's amazing to like see how much this little community knows about it. The people that are intrigued, 12, 15 year olds walk by and they're like, we got a couple, blah, blah. So the levels of community are crazy because people of all ages, first of all, like really like 60-year-old, 50-year-old people, super excited at the wall for hours, as well as 13-year-olds. So that shows a little bit of what NFT is really doing in the sense of like how it's just like it's affecting every generation. And and then the people that are coming by, like I've met, like a homie's here right now, the owner of this baby, of the first mutant ape ever fucking done gangsterly in the street. I don't know. Yeah, I'm very proud of this guy because I
Looks
did a
great.
lot of work in it. If you look at the details, he's got like little sparks coming out. So the owner's here, and he's just been walking by every day, and like we're talking, we're building for hours, go to the bar, and like there's so many people like that we've met that it's crazy. A lot of people getting into it, they don't know. A lot of people already getting it, already got in. A lot of people are showing us maybe 2 3 different people projects about wallets. Other people, I got my own 10,000 avatar collection I'm working with, I'll show you next. Like a lot of people have different kind of approaches about how they are in the space, and that's really interesting too.
We're seeing it right now. I know you can't see it, but people are chiming in. This is badass. Yo. I mean, there's people chiming in right now. I mean, we got all. It's not only just like we got the cool cats in there. I mean, we're getting a wide range of what's going on, and it's the attention to detail that I'm seeing. And every time, I've tracked your work from the beginning, and every time it's just newer and newer and nicer and nicer, which I love seeing. So, take us a little bit into like how you get to this point. I mean, you have to go out and pick out these specific colors. I mean, there's a lot more than just going out there and just putting this up on the wall.
Yeah, man. I mean, a huge part of it, which is what I like, and part of like the really incredible part is that it all comes from community, right? So like the level of the inside community of NFT, when you walk outside, because I started doing these drawings, as you know, as the street punks, and I got a little recognition from that. And what I got was a couple of friends in the community that told me, hey, I might have a wall. So then you start being part of like the community out here, and so we made friends with the landlord. We proposed a project. My art project, I'm not asking for a cent. He's cleaning graffiti all the time. So it's kind of like all that work that comes before actually coming out and painting it is a huge part of it, right? Because I'm gonna sit here by my mommy. And well, yeah. So right now, painting it, it's like it is the colors, all that technical stuff is actually amazing to be in New York, because I can go to all these art stores and find the 50 Shades of Red, which I think if you're like in the in the middle of America, you're very limited. Like even like Chicago, right? You can't buy spray paint inside of Chicago. So it's amazing to be here in a place where I can have access to all these different tools. We're in New York, where graffitis became legendary.
And you know what, and it's legendary because of your things that you've been doing, and the outlets in the space, the colors and where to go to get them, I don't know, the proper lingo in the space. I was out in New York, and your name just came up on a sidebar when I was talking about Gazoo and To the Moon, and then all of a sudden your name came up in it as part of the legendary status. I'm like, dude, I'm like sitting here talking to someone who's so passionate about street art, NFTs, and I didn't even know your legendary status. So I mean, tassel hat off to you, green hat off to you, because like we're seeing it in the attention to detail that you're putting in on the colors on it. Like you could have just put a normal shade of blue on there, but you're finding the specific turquoise, the Pacific blue for that 3D glass, the Pacific red for the 3D glass that differs from the outline of it. You're going on to the penguins right there and just like, the exact color that the artist had for the beak on it. And then that's just a wicked mutant ape that we're seeing right there. I mean, look at all that teeth all over the place, the cracks in the teeth. It just zeroes in right into it. And you even pointed it out in how you not only display it, but show how it's being created as well, because you're showing a good sense of artistry right now, even showing how you're projecting this. Like you're showing the punk and yourself and how it's being processed. So, I mean, the years of your experience doing this, how good does it feel just to do it, that you're helping the community, you're replacing it possibly with maybe other graffiti, other maybe street art that's not sanctioned or maybe not as attractive to the eye, and now you're able to put art up there on the walls. Seems like we got a sound problem here. We got to go advertisement. You can follow on bigfollowers.com. Free shout out right there. Thanks for watching right there. But we're looking at it right now, and James, you were able to have a chance to walk by it. I mean, how was it for you to just be able to like walk by that and like see something like out on the streets that you maybe can only see every day on your computer screen or maybe on your cell phone? I mean, was it like something that just like struck a chord with you?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I've also been quick show here. I mean, I've been trying to connect my brand with a physical, the digital and the physical, and I'm super bullish on onboarding not only New Yorkers but the larger community of artists and creatives and really all different sectors, but to be able to make that physical connection and try to reverse engineer and have those those humane kind of conversations out in the street. That's why my first question was kind of polling like who's out there, and at what age groups, because I think onboarding is important, and I'm definitely going to make that a mission here as the NFT community comes to New York. You know, I had a really good friend who once told me, he's like, look, man, it's one thing to have a global a global brand, but if you can make it here in New York, you can make it anywhere. And you know, there's a really solid community here in New York across the board. Always has been, always will be. So more New Yorkers that, you know, I think they'll be quicker to onboard and also have something to contribute to the community. So I see it as a great way to segue and create more of a dialogue with the community at large.
No, and it's been. I'm back. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's been amazing to also like the graffiti community kind of always goes over street art, right? There's all these things, but I'm very embedded in both of them kind of, because I was here for 10, 12 years living and being in all the art shows and being, so it's kind of like being part of that community now gives me that level of respect of like also being here as part of the people that built in a lot of years, not just come out of nowhere and come and take over a bunch of walls. And so there's a street respect that's also really cool about what's happening, where it's like even the underground graph riders are like respecting, because it's like the crypto hustle and it's like this new world where you're not, and it's a cool meeting link. And there's a cool, I wanted to show you guys, there's this piece start, which is, I don't know if you see it right there, but it's the Windows 95, like the start button, but then we flipped it and we turned it into a little ghost with headphones, because a lot of people are like ghosts with headphones on the city. But then it's divided, so it's like street art and then start. I have this crazy idea where, like, it's this revolution of a button. The graffiti, the minting, you press the start button, you mint, you press, you mint, you do art. And then with graffiti, it was like you used to have to use a brush, but all of a sudden you could press a button and you're pressing a spray can and you're painting with a button. So it's this cool evolution where I think all these different things are linking together, and this is just, I was lucky to be here at the moment when things are linking and do the right project in that sense. But yeah, just wanted to add that.
So how long does it take you to maybe do, one of these pieces and maybe give people some sense of dimension? I mean, I'm seeing, is that like a 12-foot ladder that's,
Yeah, let's say, okay, so we had pieces that are like, this is like the gold, and how I described it, that was that they were going to be like 12 feet, but they're more like 15. So it's like top to bottom in the size of it. This is, for example, what was like
man, that's so cool.
A gold brick. This is a dope mummy, and it's actually pretty dope. The Bored Mummy Waking Up community got the brick. They're doing cool shit. I like some mummies. I got me some mummies. So, but they're part of the team, and they did it's some cool. The art is so well figured out. Like, what I'm saying is, all these avatars, you guys have really figured out your art. It's thought out by a lot of people. So me as an artist, it's fun to jump in and try to figure it out, how we can make it on the wall, how we can make it as realistic. Because at the same time, I'm doing a rendition. I'm not a photocopy machine or a printer. Like, I'm doing my art version of it, and it ends up being, there's a little line here that moves, but that gives it expression for like the baby punk. So yeah, that's a little bit.
You get to add your own years of experience and background to images that you love and enjoy, and other people get to do as well. And you can see it in the videos that you're putting out there, and just like the people actually coming out and seeing this. I mean, there's someone had a video that had like 5,000 plus views on it. This one has 17,000 views that I'm looking on this. Actually, I could pull it up for you guys to see. What was the one that had? Man, it's just, you see the popularity. 500,000 views on this one right here from Mech ETH. Hey, what's going on? Who's that?
He's the proud owner of the. Wait, introduce yourself.
Yeah,
bro.
man. What's going on? Yeah.
How are you? So, do you own this establishment here that we're looking at?
No, definitely not. I just I got this guy right here to commission. I commissioned two NFTs with him. So the Pudgy Penguin and the Mutant that are on the wall.
So you are a proud NFT owner. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I was a proud NFT owner before this wall, and then now that this wall came up, the hype level just went to a different stratosphere now. I mean, just living in Brooklyn, and having this in my backyard, like it's so dope to be able to
Uh-huh.
do this. Like just be able to go out in my backyard, I run my errands.
It's a flex for sure.
It's flex, but it's also like education too. Like people
Yeah,
don't
right.
know it's me. Like, they don't know I own this, right? My name's not attached here. I'm not standing by it, and like, so like people have no idea. But like, it's just cool to see like even like little kids, adults, people of older generation taking pictures, saying this is dope. What is this? How do I get into this? Like, the education aspect is just cool, man.
I can tell that you're smiling behind that mask of yours,
I am.
right there. And do you have is yours? I don't. Is yours the one with the halo? Are you the ape with the halo, or the mutant out there?
I'm the mutant. Yeah.
The proud mutant owner. That looks. I mean, the attention to detail that he put into that. I mean, were you expecting that up front? I mean, he's done work for me as well, and I was just so surprised with his attention to detail, his commitment to it, and finding the right place, doing it at the right time. It's all the things that add up.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, I was hoping for it to be that good. I wasn't expecting it to be that good, though. I mean, when I paid for it, I was kind of like, all right. I mean, it's worth it. But when I saw it actually come out, and he was sending me pictures like as he was doing it, and each iteration just looked better and better as it came along. So this definitely like exceeded my expectations. And like, and even after that mutant was done, I went right back to him like, how much will it cost me to get a penguin just down next to it? Because like there's a little pudgy penguin there as well.
Yeah, killing it with the penguin community.
And that's what it is about community. It's about getting every single, one of these different types of NFTs up there on the wall to show that education, to show that, that bridge. And it creates that conversation. And then all of a sudden, Jimmy or Jane, who's walking down the street, walk by, then they'll say, hey, do you see art on the wall? And that's what it is. It's creating that conversation. And then they're passing on. Well, what is it? What's going on? I think in one of the pictures here, there's a bus stop billboard with a banana right in front of what?
Right. I
mean, that couldn't have been scripted any better, huh?
Yeah,
I know. I laughed when I posted it. I was like, oh my God, is there a banana there? Oh shit.
Guys, I'm gonna let you guys continue your interview, but take care.
Nice hey man, thanks for hopping on. Thanks for adding to the NFT, the spread of the community on this. And you know what? I'm going to be out there NYC NFT. Maybe we'll link up because I'm probably going to be out there and taking pictures by this wall if I can, meet up with some friends out there,
Yeah, no, I agree. And then, and that's another benefit too, right? It's just like, just being here, people are coming by. Some people are NFT owners. Some people are thinking about it. Some people are crypto owners that are kind of about to dip their toes in. And like, just being here, watching these guys do work. Like I've talked to, at least like 10 people in the past just 2-3 days. And like, I don't stay here long, but just talking.
Always,
immediately people are just interested. It's a common talking point to meet in real life, right? Grabbing a beer with this guy, like things that like just connections.
Yeah, we've explored all the bars around the way. There's really cool shit.
Turn it into a bar crawl, having fun, and that's what it's about. You guys probably didn't meet each other up until a project, this cohort together, and then now all of a sudden you're connecting, talking about your ideas. I know that you recently just got back from trying to onboard tons of people in Central South America.
About what James was talking about, exactly. Like we're on that mission of onboarding people, and this is actually a huge step. And it's been cool because he's like James, a walk by, like just a person from the neighborhood that walked by and saw the opportunity. The same big shout out to Beast.eth walked by, and he put his city bike down because he was so excited. Went to buy the brick, and somebody stole the city bike, and he was freaking out, but he didn't care. He got his brick. He got one of the illest spots. That is such an OG cat. He minted.
Heck yeah.
He minted it, and I from what I understand, that kind of changed his whole trajectory into getting into the NFT space, and he's become Beast.eth, and he's a beast, and he, that's his minted king cat. It's pretty beautiful. What he was saying, he was so excited that we have so many dope people on the wall, that all these really cool, like special people came together, and yeah, it just that's a little bit of it.
No, that's a lot of bit of it because that's the the community reaching out to you, showing that they're their value, and you're seeing Beast ETH right here, with that's his pinned tweet right now, and he's proud of that, and he's proud to display that, and how many times can you have an art piece that you own and then you can find someone in the community just to put it up there on that wall for you and to have it out there and, you know, for everyone to see. And then now he can, you know, well, I don't even know where he lives, but he can walk by that, or his friends can walk by that and to see that every day. That's what you want to see. That's just, you know, the true word of art in the, in anyone that walks by that.
And you know, big shout out special to Crypto Painter, who was the first person that jumped in. Um, he just aped on it. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm getting two." Blah 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 blah. And Top Shot Cowboy, Space Cowboy. He's been a person that was my first commission as a crypto punk. So it's really cool to have that community come together and support me again, and then get their own value out of it. Because this is gonna be, I believe, the avatars that get painted here will probably be pretty well known. It's becoming the Mickey Mouse for little kids. You know, they're gonna remember the ape, not Mickey Mouse. Oh no, I'll go look at that ape in the wall. So,
well, Space Cowboy is historically known in the space for that, is getting his space face out there as that cowboy, that historic VR look. And, you know, that's part of it. And that's part of getting that face out there. So when you see that cowboy hat in the VR, you know who he is. And it's, you know, is it product placement? 99% it's just having fun with people in the space. And, you know, you're seeing it right now with, you know, with awesome cool cats right here, you know, crypto punks right there, Bored Apes, Mutant Apes. I mean, you're spreading the love around. It's just not one community, it's the community.
And that's what makes it also, that was my kind of, in my mind, I was like, the first avatar jam wall, like all the avatars come together. And it's cool because, like, even people that have no idea are like, wow, look at all these animals. And then if you actually go a little bit deeper, you know what the hell's going on. And the virality of the videos is hilarious. People are saying, which might not, it's hilarious to me as before this week that everything kind of blew up, but they're like, oh, this building's worth millions and trillions of dollars. And this is like people sending me this from like newscast in Spain and random stuff. So, because they see the CryptoPunk, they think the CryptoPunk is the building. So now the building's worth the $400,000, and it might happen. And like this video, for example, that you're posting right now, Meg drove by and did that little video. Meanwhile, I'm producing drone shots and all this stuff, and they get like 100 views, and then she drives by with that. And it's the power of the community that there's so much to talk about. 500 of the comments are kind of really negative and weird and spammy, but it's interesting to see that everybody rises up and has something to say about it, even if it's negative. Sometimes people have it's been a whole, I guess that's entering the space too, hearing everybody's opinion. But
hey, if someone's giving you a hard time about it, that means you're making a good name for yourself, because I mean, there's going to always be a percentage of people with different viewpoints, and the thing of it is, they viewed your point and they made a comment on it, negative or positive, and they can always swipe left, swipe right, or whatever people are doing nowadays, or look away. But right now, you have the owner of the house or the owner of that property that want to do it. You have the people putting it up there that want to do it, and you have a community behind you that want to do it. So I mean,
think about the power of building community, because it's like, this landlord, this is he survived cancer recently. The people always graffitiing his building. He can't deal with the graffiti. Then the city's like giving him charges if he doesn't clean the graffiti. So we're finding solutions where we all get something out of it. We're changing this kind of, like, we're bridging graffiti and NFTs in a proper way, where you're actually collecting a piece of the wall and you're like giving value to. So, and then the people in the community, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna drink at the bars, and crypto people like to leave good tips and do good tabs. So I'm sure it's gonna affect the people in the bar in the corner, the one across the street, and that's beautiful, because that's with one little bit of like everybody trusting a project, we can really help out a lot of people with different business, with different things, by just being nearby.
And it's almost just taking care of the community. It's almost like a community watching itself. You have a lot of positive productive things going on that street corner for multiple days in a row. You have people coming out there to meet you and see you. For me, this is like a tourist destination for when I come to New York. Something to see and go by and take a picture by, and just like anything else. New York has so many opportunities, and the opportunities that NFTs are bringing to people is what I enjoy, that you're always bringing about and bringing to light, because you've for years have been an artist trying to, be able to portray your art and, get monetized for it. Let's not be, dumb for it, because at the end of the day, you're able to use that and you put it right back in the community to buy the better colors, to find the better pieces of the wall, to travel. Man, you traveled, I don't know, halfway around the world just to onboard other people, and you can honestly just sat and whatever, counted your ETH or, done whatever.
We're doing something cool that is like, I got a really crazy, we're going to do a DGen, the Solana ape, one of the 3D, like super, like the DGen apes in Solana. It's a super 3D. It's a new language. It's really hard to paint. So I'm bringing out a homie from Colombia that's like an amazing painter. He was part of Key to Crypt. Everybody wants in. So yeah, there's opportunity for everybody. Let's bring this in and make, make more talent. And then I think what's revolutionary is that this is gonna become like a modus operandi for a lot of people. This is a way to pre-sell a wall that that everybody's interested. And if you have the right community, you have the right intentions, people are gonna want to be on your wall and you do your wall. And it's a new way of thinking about graffiti, of street art, because the beautiful bridge again is that it's not an ad, it's not an advertisement, it's product placement, but it's art product placement. And by me repainting it, it becomes more artistic than just an ad. So I think that's like a really cool flip, like that can happen in all this. And just the impact it has on the kids, like that cool cat's gonna influence so many kids. They're gonna love it, they're gonna remember it. That down the road is gonna be the real value as all these things connect.
So James, you're living in that neck of the woods. How does this translate to beautifying the community, helping out the community? I mean, this is right in your backyard right here, James.
Yeah, I think it's great. Brooklyn was always a spot where, for me, I had this like analogy that I try to talk to you about the metaverse. It's like in New York real estate back in the day, or even in the 80s and whatnot, or Greenwich Village in the 50s with the beat poets and abstract expressionists, or, Soho. It was all artists in big lofts. And
I think you froze you there. But that's what it is. It's coming back to maybe what people would view as just like people who have been putting time and effort into their projects for years in a form of art. And that art could have been street art. It could have been performing art. It could be. I see it all the time in Chicago, and there's great ones, and they now actually have them as almost like street vendors, where they're out there street performing and they're creating crowds around them because they are talented artists that maybe can't get into a huge hall or a huge movie theater, but are super talented. And that's what drives, people's eyes towards really cool things. And then that's what we're seeing here with, what you've continued to do within this space. Even dating back to my street punk here that, I love, and then you're able to, blend it in with, we're seeing it back here, even with like 3 crypto punks, and when I say back in the day, I know it was only a couple months back, but in crypto years, that's forever. And it's just really cool and neat to see that it keep growing in multiple fashions and in multiple capacities. So where are you in the process of the wall that you're currently of the walls plural that you're currently working on?
Well, this wall extended, so we actually had an amazing addition today, which was Hashmask contact me, the DAO of Hashmask, and they really wanted to be down. So they're gonna be having these floating pieces here in the middle of right in the middle of this new spot, which is the neighbor, which obviously he saw. He's like, hey, can I be part of it? Can I really also get a little part of that avatar love? So it's gonna be a one-of-a-kind pudgy penguin that is a pretty special one. It's a really amazing pudgy penguin, and I think the owner paid somewhere around 130 ETH recently for it. So it's a really special addition to the wall. 2 additions that are great at the end. A blue chip like Hashmask. I've admired them since I got into the space, and a one of a kind penguin that's got a big number in it. That's beautiful. That's great.
And that is pretty sweet. And you know what? I spoke with you in the green room a little bit about it, and I don't know if we're maybe hit it off this year, but I mean we can do it soon. But maybe we could see some of this in the streets of Chicago here, because I have some friends that are you know
I mean, it's called another flex on the wall. There's always chance for another one.
another flex on the wall. Yep,
So
and
yeah.
and yeah, and it's just like the collaboration that you're doing, and I'd love to help support it. So we'll. I actually spoke with them last night, so I don't want to rush anything, but we could talk about it sooner than later. But I want to see you soon. Hopefully, you're going to be around that first week in November,
We're here.
and we can definitely hang out.
And
And
I'll be working on the mural for the next week. Like I'm taking the weekend off. Just exploded. I haven't rested in a couple of days. But we're going on. We're gonna be going in next week. As I said, I'm bringing an artist from Colombia. I might be bringing an artist from Mexico, and we're all. It's cool because it's like we're getting all these like really, like you said, people that have been putting their craft into their lines, into their like the way they paint for a long time, and these like avatars are being interpreted really dope ways. Like we're all able to make it like how we'd imagine it. And I was proud of the Mutant Ape. I was like, wow, I think they'd be proud of the art. The makers, that the people that did the art would probably be proud of the rendition. And that's as I was getting high into it, just going in with the lines. Like, oh, these are fun lines. So many cracks, so many shades, colors.
and then people see that in your work, and then the owners who got these made, they will keep on forwarding that, retweeting it, showing it off. And I'm gonna retweet this, and hopefully we can get this thing spreading like a wildfire. That'd be pretty sweet.
And of course, yeah, the idea is that more, like I said, that wall extended. So next week, I already have the week booked. But if I'm finished with a couple of things I have to do, I'll have spots, and I'll be dropping some more bricks of new spaces. And that's kind of like a revolutionary thing too, because I'm dropping these bricks, which is how people can whitelist to get on the walls, and it's just using the space to really understand it, understand and try to grow a collection into like more ETH. So I'll keep on building on another flex on the wall. When we do it in Chicago, we'll put out the bricks for Chicago. We get the avatars. We do the thing, and as we keep on growing, hopefully we'll get to that 100 ETH and be a blue check, and all these pieces will be, they'll be recognized for the first graffiti on out here doing
Yo,
jobs.
it's crazy. I don't know if he's watching us right now, but the guy was just talking about the wall. Just DM me. I'm forwarding it over to you, and he has one gross mutant ape. Man, that's gonna be fun to draw.
I love painting
All right,
those.
so his thing, all right, and maybe this is something that we talk about. This is almost like a live business meeting. We haven't caught up in a while. So one thought process is he's getting into the minting process, and he's going to be having an NFT coming out, and he lives at 2 towns over, so he caught wind, and just knew I'm in the Chicagoland area, and says, well, you know what? How about some street art on my walls? And that's pretty much how the conversation started. Like, would you pretty much be interested in me? I'm like, if you have the wall space, I would love to have my CryptoPunk up there, and if we can do it right, I'm all about it. And he's just like, well, what about my NFTs? And I'm like, well, I know a guy who knows a lot of things about painting stuff. And if you wanted to push your own NFT project this way, this might be a perfect way to do it. And he owns a fruit market, like a grocery store, and he has a lot of wall space that he says is for same thing. He's tired of cleaning up gang graffiti, and he's like, I'd rather just have good art on there, and it draws people's eye to his storefront. And the first thing I do is I thought of you like right away. So
Awesome.
In your DM when we're done with this, I dropped his name in there. I haven't even read it. I just saw his mutant ape. I'm like, this looks cool, and I just forwarded it right over to you, and maybe we can get another collab going. So that's what I'm hoping to do.
And that's what we're gonna do. That's how it's gonna change Disney and all this. Like a huge mutant in Chicago, a huge mutant, and then people are seeing them. That's how the street punks have. But when they're art, when they're graffiti, it's like this edge, this spray paint. There's a special connection there. I think we can do some cool shit out there. I'm excited.
You know what? I'm gonna pull his up right now, because there is. I'm just gonna pull it up right here. His avatar. we got to work on a background for him, but maybe we can get, you know, some graffiti background on his storefront there.
So
But
actually, this is my surprise next drop, which so I work with big street artists from the scene of street art and stuff. So we're gonna release a collectible card where like this really famous street art will do like the whole wall, and then you can have your punk be inside of it or your AB inside of it, and they're very like trippy backgrounds. They're very like one of a kind backgrounds, not backgrounds in the sense like his pieces are very like abstract. So we're gonna be if anybody knows the work Hawk. So you were talking about with JR that the JR token has some of his art in his gallery. I remember you were speaking
you're
about
right, he does. You're correct.
he's already in the space. He sold with Super Chief his first pieces, and we're gonna be incorporating it into this. So if you want the one, you want to be the first CryptoPunk to have a crazy, one of the top muralists of the actual scene of muralism in as collaboration, that's gonna be this collectible card that's like only one person can get it, and then you get the wall, you get the collect, and then we figure that out. But it's like I think cool things are coming for others. Street punks are there. I'm bullish on street punks. I don't know who isn't, but I've been building it up. There's more. Like I see you showing them. That's the JC one in Colombia. There's some in Medellin. There's some in Seattle. They're just all over the place. And I've been putting some new ones. I gotta put them up for sale. Oh, that one in the burnt car. That girl is street punk number. Yeah, what?
39.
Man, the unlockables that come with her are like big pictures of the burnt car and me painting it. So there, I try to put in stuff inside of those things that are not just a picture. So you have more of the experience of what happened to me when I was painting it, which is the power of NFTs, no? Like being able to. Oh, that one's hilarious. Actually, I have a really cool. The ones that are like the two Seattle 4-1 and 4-2. I did those illegally in Seattle, and then these like doors. And I got a message in the morning on my DMs like, "Hey, bro, that's our house. We have another door if you want to paint it. We love it," which is
No
like
way.
the randomest DM I never thought I'd get for doing some illegal graffiti. Um, so it's a good look, It's like if the one time you do it kind of illegally, people write to you, "Oh, it's my house. Thank you for doing it. You can come by, do another one tomorrow." It's a funny. It's how all these has become. It's just become so positive that it's like it's breathing the positivity, and everybody kind of wants to be a part of it. The cops stop by, they're honking at us. We turn around, they're like, "You guys are doing such a great job. We love it." So all this is also bridging kind of like there's all these worlds are so messed up and everything. Everybody's so much full of hate. Maybe our cop owns an NFT, maybe they don't, but we don't have to hate people for their job or whatever. It's like it just opened up bridges for everybody to just be relaxed and be happy about the baby CryptoPunk. Our ego, killing it.
And that's what I've seen. I've seen a resurgence in it. I get to come on and speak with people like, James, and get his ideas and perspectives about what's happening in the space. And I get to come on and speak with you and see what's happening. And, I see it too. It's very positive and very fun because it is something different to talk about. It is something new. It is hope. It is branching out to new people, and it's leveling the playing field where you as an artist is able to get your stuff out there. The gentleman we just spoke to before, just crossing in the street, he had an NFT and he just, hey, now I can get my NFT up on the wall. Why? Because I just want to look at it. Very similar if it was up on the wall in his own house. But now every day he goes to work, every time he walks to go to the train or goes down to the corner shop, he gets to look at his NFT on the wall from a musician, from you just putting it up there. It's just sweet. James, welcome back, man. How we doing?
Yeah, I think I need to get a better lighting setup for this It's air filter. It keeps crashing me. But what I was saying before I left, and there's not that much wall real estate in Williamsburg anymore. And back in the day where you used to be able to come and like put up in the cover of Darkness and it being an industrial part of New York, now there's real estate and sky rises, or the property values have gone up. So like there's not as much graffiti. And there was even a point where there were a lot of like foreigners would come over for like graffiti tours. But towards the end of these tours, like I'm pretty sure they were just showing them like colossal hand painted advertisements. there's not that much graffiti anymore like there was 10 years ago. So it's pretty cool, with everything that you're doing with your project and selling the bricks and stuff, it's like, yeah, like there's real value in that real estate, and the eyeballs and you know, being able to kind of, you know, the same way you would get your name up and you know, get street cred for having your graph up. You know, now people are able to get that through showing their punks and showing their apes and mutants and stuff like that.
Totally. That's the, you know, it's like a graffiti is kind of a weapon too. It didn't come out of nowhere, and it's a web, it's a guerrilla marketing weapon. It's a blah blah blah, but it's art, so it's not. You know, it has that, what you're saying. It's that middle ground where it's not colossal. We're actually four graph writers that are using spray paint and are just doing graph versions of the avatars. We're not doing a big Prada, or we're not doing, right, because this is the whole cool thing about decentralized, and like how Bay is, you know, how the apes are a company and how each ape is a company, each punk. It's like they decide who to help, what to invest in. And I as an artist, my life change is that I don't have to have those clients anymore. I love you guys, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are mad chill. It's cool shit. We build cool stuff. We don't have to, you know, people negotiate me up in this space, and that's beautiful. It's like, oh, it went up. Okay, I'll send you more. But it's never gonna happen with big companies, because big companies, in the sense, if you know, they're out to grab stuff. So the decentralized aspect of me building all this kind of system is really cool, because it creates a new way of helping people that they want to help. It's like making a bridge for, because I know a lot of y'all would, like, you know, there's an artist in Spain in the middle of Barcelona, and there's one ape that probably really wants his ape on down that street in Barcelona. We can make that happen, and we're helping somebody in Barcelona. We're helping the ape. We're helping the whole community. So it's just fun to. This is an amazing moment. It's a dope moment.
Well, it's built off your prior success and your prior hard work and your years of knowledge in this spectrum. And you know, you're turning into one of my featured artists, and that's for a reason, because you've been telling a story for years, and I'm just helping tell that story, and I enjoy listening to that story, and I enjoy seeing the story, and it's spreading like wildfire. And you know, sometimes people are negative on graffiti and stuff on walls, but you know what? That just marks the history of time of what was happening on the streets. You know, if it is gang graffiti, it's showing, you know, your whatever allegiance, you're lining, you're drawing the lines. If it's putting art on the streets, hey, you know what it's showing? It's showing the NFT community is getting together, and it's putting it out there, even if it's for a while. And you know what happens is eventually the graffiti comes down off the walls. But you know how long they last there, and the lasting memories are always going to be on the blockchain, thanks to you and thanks to the other people who are supporting this project. So how many total pieces are there? And then just give us maybe one more walk down before we wrap things up. I mean, how many total pieces have you done? When did you start, and when do you think you're going to be done? I mean, this is turning into like some serious stuff. This is cool.
With 1, 2, 3, we're gonna have a beautiful hash mask here. 4, 5, 6. That's mine. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think it's gonna be 20.
Woo!
Gonna be a 20, and just the when the moment when those bricks sold out, man, I was so grateful of everybody that, you know, because I'm also throwing myself into the abyss. I don't know this is gonna work. I just made it up, but I did know. I know, but I'm just saying it's beautiful to see, and that the bricks sold out, that the people are so proud about their bricks, about the shit that, you know, like everybody's become a homie, and they're super proud of the wall. Like, we're going out having a drink. I'm talking with the other one, Beast. We're on the phone. Crypto Painter's like homie now, you know, and that's what the community. That's why all these things. We're gonna build a Discord about everybody that's on the wall. As there's more walls, the Discord will grow. People will be able to get in. You could have a special, you know, role in the Discord if you own part of the wall. But I think that's becoming other kind of friendships. Like, we had something really cool, which is Jet 131, who is the cool cat, and he started becoming friends with Space Cowboy because of the first graffiti that I did, and now he was writing to me. It's amazing. Now we're on a wall together. This is fucking insane. I love it. and you know, just to be able to create that kind of excitement is fucking dope. And I'm super grateful of you know, the whole community really embracing me and understanding and giving me this opportunity, because it's life changing, completely life changing.
And that's what these NFTs are doing, brick by brick, spray can by spray can, AR filter by AR filter. Maz, now I'm gonna catch up with you maybe when this is done. And you know what?
I'll be done.
Sometimes,
Yep. Maybe once you're
some,
out, we just do a.
sometimes these things takes years to get done. I mean, you might be adding elements. You know, you might be out there with a cherry picker doing the second level on this thing pretty soon.
Gonna happen for sure. Yeah, the street punks say so. I think.
Hey, I want to thank James. James, do you have any other questions or, you know, anything for, you know, maybe the people of your own backyard in New York that, you know, anything along those lines?
Yeah, just thanks for inviting me to come through. Super excited for NFT NYC, not just for those events, but for all the events at large. Definitely check out, if you're an ape owner, what Jenkins the Valet has going on. I'd love to hear CryptoNovo, what you got going on. And then I know there's some pretty cool like parties on the outside. So it's gonna be a great networking opportunity. My DMs are always open. Just looking to kind of connect with people across the board and welcome people to New York, because this is where, you know, tech and innovation and you know, finance has been for hundreds of years. So let's do it.
Well, maybe we'll have a meetup right at that wall. We can just find a good time, or we can all just go out there and you know, maybe get a couple pictures together.
Let's do it.
Maybe have that as a point of emphasis. Masna, anything else for the good of the order here, my friend?
Man, I just want to give a big thank you to the whole wild web, the whole internet, fucking everybody that supported, everybody that's taken part, everybody that's come by say hello, the little babies that laugh at the, you know, there's a grandmother that comes by with her baby, and they can laugh at the wall for like half an hour. That's their plan now. Come and look at the wall. So, you know, it's just a big thank you. My team, the people that have been with me this whole week, the people that helped me get the wall. You know, it's just such a huge thing that it's turning into, and just a big thank you. We'll be here next week. We'll be here the whole week. We'll be having fun. We'll be smoking some legal greens out here. It's fucking amazing. New York's a great moment right now. New York's a great moment. And James, just, you know, maybe we'll plan out and have a coffee next week. But yeah, you know, I'm out here. I'm super down to just hang out, chill, and build more. And just thank you, Crypto, for always having me on and supporting.
Hey man, you're fun. You're making cool stuff. I love the hat. You know, maybe not so neon-y, but I love it. I'm making a point of emphasis to catch up with you guys. You guys have been helpful for helping me make content, but more importantly, see cool things with cool people, and that's what I like to do. And you know, thanks for hopping on last minute, pretty much both of you. That's what's cool about this space. We hopped on, and we kind of just did this last minute. So thanks, and wanted to really see it. So thanks for the latest and greatest. I'm gonna wrap it up now. I do have a Dream Loops beat that I like to play because I own it. Look, we got people taking pictures of it right now. Big thanks to Masna. Big thanks to James. This is Beletro Labs. I got some Dream Loops going on. That's our NFT that's playing live. Feel free to tune in. Streaming, look, this is streaming live action right here on Twitter. I figured that out somehow. So that's actually streaming live action. So that'll also be saved on YouTube. Check it out. I got almost 500,000, 400,000 views on that bad boy. Mazna's got almost 400,000 views on one of the videos on his street wall. And that's it for me. It's CryptoNovo saying stay positive and love life. Peace.
Peace to the zombies, the apes, the aliens.